Hi, this is a short instructional video of how to configure the digital outputs on the Keithley Model 2700 DMM switch unit. Configuring the digital outputs on the 2700 go in turn with the previous video of configuring the limits. So let's take a look at how to do configuring the outputs, the digital outputs. Since the limits are already set up, we have it set for configure limits high, low, high to, low to, and so on. And as you can see, we're at the high. So all we need to do is set up the outputs. Again, we would hit the shift button, look for the little shift annunciator, then hit the AC volt button, which is really in blue on top, the output button. Hit that. It says digital outputs are off. Well, you use the right arrow, select on, enter. Master latch, let me explain. There are 4 digital outputs here. High 1, low 1, high 2, low 2. But there is a 5th one called the master latch. The master latch is like an OR. What that means is if any of the 4, high 1, low 1, high 2, low 2, are enabled or are reached, then the master latch would fire. So I'm just going to leave it to no because we're not using it. You can use this as a visual display with the high, as you may have seen before, or you can use an audio with a beeper. So we could say the beeper goes on when we reach the limit, when it's inside the limit, or it goes outside the limit, or never. Let's leave it on never, but you can have an audio output. Here it's saying the logical sense, we're setting it to high or low. We're going to leave it to high. And also a nice feature with the 2700 is you can have a pulse. If you don't just want a level shift from 0 volts to 5 volts or 5 volts to 0 volts, you can select a pulse, but just either yes or no. Okay, we'll leave it at no. Now it's set up. Notice we have 120K and it's set to high. This unit here is connected to the digital outputs and it's reading almost 5 volts. If I were to select for it to go in limits with 100K, notice this goes from 100K and this goes down to just a few millivolts. So the digital output went low when we were in. If we were to go outside, it goes high. See, there's a greater than 10%. The digital output goes to high. That's how you configure and use the digital outputs from the front panel of the Model 2700.